You thought he was finished. You thought his career was over. But Jaylon Smith just proved everybody wrong. Again, after being written off, discarded, and forgotten by the NFL elite, the former Pro Bowl linebacker is rising from the ashes, and he's doing it in Sin City. This is a story of a man chasing redemption, a team searching for toughness, and a city that thrives on second chances. Jaylon Smith is betting on himself, and the Las Vegas Raiders, they just went all in. Buckle up, because this is more than just football. This is a comeback you won't believe. Chapter 1, The Rise. Jaylon Smith was supposed to be the next big thing. A defensive phenom out of Notre Dame, his draft stock was sky high until disaster struck in the 2016 Fiesta Bowl. One horrific knee injury turned a surefire top 10 pick into a massive question mark. But Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys saw something nobody else did. They took a chance. A second-round pick on a guy who might never walk again, let alone dominate an NFL field. For a full year, Smith rehabbed in silence. No pads, no cameras, just pain. But in 2017, he emerged, and by 2019, he was a star. 142 tackles, a Pro Bowl nod, and the respect of every locker room in the league. Jaylon Smith wasn't just back, he was better than ever. His story became the definition of inspiration. But in the NFL, glory doesn't last. Chapter 2, The Fall. 2021 was a collapse. 4 games into the season, Dallas released Jaylon Smith. No warning, no explanation. Just gone. Some blamed his decline in speed. Others pointed at his attitude. A $64 million extension signed in 2019 became dead weight on the books. And Jerry Jones didn't blink before cutting ties. The message was clear. This league has no time for sentiment. Smith tried to bounce back. Green Bay picked him up and dropped him 2 games later. Then came the New York Giants, a franchise in free fall. Smith managed to flash some of that old fire in 2022. 88 tackles in 13 games. Solid numbers, but again, he couldn't stick. He had gone from Pro Bowl to practice squad in just a few seasons. It was hard to watch. This was the same player praised for his grit, his drive, his leadership. But the NFL doesn't care about your past, only your present. And by 2023, Jaylon Smith was a ghost. Chapter 3, The Gamble in Las Vegas. Fast forward to 2024. The Raiders are holding rookie minicamp, bright-eyed rookies fighting for a roster spot. And then there's Jaylon Smith, 29 years old, former Pro Bowler, showing up for a tryout. Think about that. From franchise face to just another name on a tryout list. But something must have clicked, because by Sunday, Smith did the unthinkable. He earned a contract. He's back. Not as a star, not as a starter, but as a fighter, a warrior with something to prove. And in Las Vegas, a city built on second chances, Jaylon Smith might be exactly what the Raiders need. Chapter 4, The State of the Raiders. Now let's talk linebacker depth. Elandon Roberts, tough as nails, a veteran with grit and fire. Devin White, once a Super Bowl champ. Now a man searching for redemption after a brutal fall in Tampa Bay. Cody Lindenberg, a 7th-round rookie who many believed wouldn't even be drafted. This linebacker room isn't made of superstars. It's made of underdogs. And Jaylon Smith fits the mold perfectly. The Raiders didn't bring him in for flashy stats. They brought him in for leadership, for toughness, for the edge only a battle-scarred veteran can bring. Vegas is building a defense around attitude, grit, guys who don't back down when things get ugly. Jaylon Smith is that guy. Chapter 5, The Redemption Arc, a deeper look. Let's zoom out. This isn't just about Jaylon Smith. This is about every athlete who's ever been counted out, every player who gave everything to this league, only to be tossed aside. The NFL is ruthless. It forgets fast, but sometimes, just sometimes, it offers a second chance. And Jaylon Smith, he's not wasting his. Sources inside the Raiders say his effort at minicamp was off the charts, that he commanded respect the moment he stepped on the field, that he looked like a man possessed. That's not just talent, that's fire, that's hunger, that's revenge. Because Jaylon Smith isn't just trying to play football, he's trying to rewrite his legacy. Chapter 6, can he make the 53-man roster? Let's be honest, he's no lock. Smith will need to outwork younger, faster, hungrier guys. He'll need to learn the playbook, stay healthy, and show that his instincts are still elite. But don't count him out. This is the same man who tore both his ACL and LCL and still came back better. This is the same man with 626 career tackles, 11 sacks, and 6 forced fumbles. And now, with everything on the line, he's got the one thing no coach can teach: heart. And sometimes that's enough. Chapter 7, what success looks like. So what does success look like for Jaylon Smith in 2024? It's not about being the best player on the field. It's about being the most valuable. The Raiders don't need him to be an every down monster. They need reliability, consistency, leadership. If he brings even 75% of his 2019 self, this linebacker core could become a nightmare for opposing offenses. With Max Crosby leading the charge, this defense could become something special. A unit built not just on talent, but on toughness. And that's dangerous, because the scariest teams aren't the ones with the best stats. They're the ones with nothing to lose. Chapter 8, a Raiders identity shift. This move speaks volumes about what the Raiders are becoming. They've always been the rebels of the NFL, built on grit, built on guys who never quite fit the mold. Al Davis made sure of that. From Ken Stabler to Jack Tatum to Lyle Lozado to Charles Woodson, this franchise is fueled by misfits. Jaylon Smith is the next in that line, a man who's been doubted, dismissed, and disrespected. Now, he's putting on the silver and black. If this comeback works, it sends a message to the league. Las Vegas is where careers are reborn, where underdogs become legends, where second chances turn into Hall of Fame moments. That identity matters. In a league that forgets fast, the Raiders are starting to remember who they are. Final chapter, the last word. So here we are. Jaylon Smith, 29 years old, left for dead by the NFL, but he's still standing. Not for the fame, not for the money. He's back for redemption. And in Las Vegas, under the brightest lights, in the grittiest stadium, with the odds stacked high, Jaylon Smith just might shock the world one more time. You thought he was done. You were wrong. Welcome to the Raider Nation, Jaylon. The comeback has begun. Call to action. Voiceover outro. If you believe in second chances, smash that like button. If you think Jaylon Smith deserves this shot, hit subscribe. And let us know in the comments, will he make the final roster? Will he start? Or is this his last dance? This is football at its rawest, realest, and most ruthless. And we'll be here every step of the way. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and stay Raider Nation.